Fast fashion is a $36 billion industry, pumping out over 100 billion garments every year. That's enough to give every person on Earth 13 new pieces of clothing annually. But here's the shocking part, 85% of those clothes end up in landfills or incinerators. In the US alone, that's over 17 million tons of textile waste each year. The environmental cost is staggering. It takes 700 gallons of water to make a single cotton t-shirt. That's enough for 8 full bathtubs. And did you know the fashion industry emits more carbon than all international flights and maritime shipping combined? So, what's the solution? In this video, I'll show you how to break free from fast fashion's wasteful cycle. We'll dive into slow fashion, reveal the truth about greenwashing, and explore creative ways to upcycle your old clothes. You'll also learn how to build a minimalist capsule wardrobe and discover the future of sustainable materials. It's time to rethink how we dress. Let's get started. Chapter 1: The Fast Fashion Mirage. Why cheap comes at a cost. Fast fashion might seem like a dream come true, clothing that's cheap and trendy. But behind those low prices is a hidden environmental and human cost. The fast fashion industry produces 92 million tons of waste every year, and that's enough to fill the Empire State Building 1,300 times annually. And, believe it or not, the average person only wears 20% of the clothes in their wardrobe regularly. Here's the kicker: fast fashion isn't designed to last. Most garments fall apart after just 7-10 wears. That's why, in the long run, you end up spending more replacing poorly made clothes. Quality over quantity is more than a saying, it's a strategy for sustainable living. Buying fewer, better items saves you money and reduces landfill waste. But the environmental toll goes deeper. It takes 700 gallons of water to make a single cotton t-shirt. That's enough to keep one person hydrated for almost 3 years. When you consider how much water is wasted on poorly made items, the case for change becomes clear. So, what can you do? Start by resisting those impulse buys. Before purchasing anything, ask yourself if it will truly last. One tip: opt for clothes made from organic cotton, hemp, or recycled fibers. These materials are far more eco-friendly than synthetic ones like polyester, which can take over 200 years to decompose in landfills. Chapter 2: The Power of Slow Fashion. Revolutionizing your wardrobe. Slow fashion is more than just buying less, it's about being intentional with your wardrobe. It challenges the idea that you need to constantly follow trends. Instead, slow fashion promotes buying high-quality pieces that can last years, even decades. According to Elizabeth Klein, author of The Conscious Closet, we have to fall back in love with what we already own. And that's the secret. One major perk of slow fashion? It often uses natural materials that age beautifully, unlike synthetic fast fashion pieces. Take leather, wool, and silk, for example. They're durable, they last, and they look even better with time. This is in stark contrast to fast fashion items that start to lose their shape or color after a few washes. To start embracing slow fashion, conduct a wardrobe audit. Pull out everything you own and see how many items still excite you. You'll probably realize that many of your impulse buys are sitting unused. This simple exercise can help you make smarter choices moving forward. Here's another game-changing tip: buy clothes with versatility in mind. A well-made pair of jeans or a black dress can be styled in countless ways. According to one study, the average woman wears a dress just once before discarding it. Imagine how much waste could be reduced if everyone started investing in clothing they could wear in multiple settings. Lastly, slow fashion supports ethical production. Most fast fashion items are made in sweatshops with poor working conditions. The Fashion Transparency Index revealed that only 5 out of 250 brands disclosed the full supply chain, showing how secretive the industry can be. When you buy from slow fashion brands, you support fair wages and better working conditions. Chapter 3: Beyond the Label. Decoding greenwashing in fashion. Greenwashing is one of the trickiest issues in sustainable fashion. Brands know that consumers want to buy eco-friendly products, but instead of making real changes, they slap a green label on their packaging. Did you know that 59% of green claims made by fashion brands are misleading or outright false? It's tough to spot the real deal. A classic example of greenwashing is H&M's Conscious collection. While it claims to be eco-friendly, only 2.2% of the materials used by H&M come from sustainable sources. That's why it's crucial to look beyond the label and dig deeper. How can you tell if a brand is truly sustainable? Start by checking if they're transparent. Real sustainable brands will share their production process, materials used, and even their factory locations. Certifications like Fair Trade, Global Organic Textile Standard, GOTS, or OEKO-TEX can also help you verify whether the brand meets strict environmental and ethical standards. Another red flag? Words like eco, green, and sustainable without any clear proof or details. Always be skeptical of vague claims. A good rule of thumb is, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. The good news is that more and more brands are embracing true sustainability. Look for companies that use closed-loop production methods, which recycle fabric scraps into new garments, cutting down waste. Patagonia is a great example of a brand that repairs and recycles its products instead of just selling new items. The company even encourages customers to send in damaged gear for free repairs. Chapter 4: Upcycle like a pro. Turn old clothes into new trends. Upcycling is a fun and practical way to breathe new life into old clothes while also cutting down on waste. Instead of tossing out garments that no longer fit or are out of style, transform them into something fresh. This not only saves money but also reduces the 85% of textiles that end up in landfills each year, according to the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA. One simple strategy to start upcycling is by repurposing old t-shirts. You can easily turn them into tote bags, headbands, or even trendy crop tops with a few snips of the scissors. In fact, many designers are now upcycling vintage clothes to create entirely new pieces. Designer Emily Bode has made a name for herself by turning old quilts into high-fashion jackets, proving that old fabrics can have a second life. You don't have to be a designer to upcycle, though. Small adjustments like adding patches, embroidery, or swapping buttons can make a big difference. You could even take a pair of old jeans and turn them into stylish shorts or use leftover fabric to create reusable cloth napkins. Not only are these projects creative, but they're also a great way to cut down on fast fashion's environmental impact. There's another benefit to upcycling: you'll end up with one-of-a-kind pieces that no one else has. In a world dominated by mass-produced clothing, this uniqueness is a breath of fresh air. Plus, you'll learn valuable skills like sewing, which could save you money in the long run when you repair rather than replace. Chapter 5: The Capsule Wardrobe. Minimalism for maximum impact. Building a capsule wardrobe is a game-changer for anyone looking to live more sustainably. The idea is simple: curate a small collection of high-quality, versatile pieces that you can mix and match. This minimalist approach helps reduce overconsumption and keeps your closet clutter-free. A well-designed capsule wardrobe typically includes around 30 to 40 items, including shoes and accessories. According to Project 333, a popular minimalist fashion challenge, most people wear only 20% of their wardrobe 80% of the time. So why not focus on the pieces you love and wear regularly? To start building your capsule wardrobe, choose timeless, neutral-colored items that work in various combinations. Think of a classic white shirt, a well-fitted pair of jeans, or a versatile black blazer. The key is to invest in quality pieces that will last you years. It might feel strange at first, especially if you're used to having a closet full of options, but having fewer items actually simplifies your life. When you limit your wardrobe to essentials, you cut down on decision fatigue. You won't waste time figuring out what to wear each morning. Plus, you'll save money by not chasing every new trend. According to research, the average American spends $1,700 a year on clothing. With a capsule wardrobe, you can drastically reduce that number by focusing on fewer, better quality items. Love what you see? Subscribe and keep up with all our exciting updates.